You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Wednesday, January 29th, 2025. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo. Here's what's happening. Las Vegas police have given us an update on the shooting that took place last Friday in Boulder City. The officer is assigned to the Homeland Security Division Airport Bureau, and Las Vegas Police Department Assistant Sheriff Jamie Prosser addressed the media yesterday.
Assistant Sheriff Jamie Prosser with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I'm here to provide you additional details of an officer-involved shooting which occurred on Friday, January 24th, 2025. This is the first officer-involved shooting this year and the first fatal officer-involved shooting. At this same time in 2024, we had no officer-involved shootings. This recent event was reported as a battery call in the 800 block of 6th Street, Boulder City, Nevada, at approximately 9:16 a.m. You can see the scene to my left. The officer involved in this incident is Cesar Ibarra. He is 48 years old and has been with the LVMPD since 2005. Officer Ibarra was armed with an M&P 9mm handgun. The investigation has revealed he fired 2 rounds. He is assigned to the Homeland Security Division Airport Bureau. It should be noted that Officer Ibarra was on his regularly scheduled day off, but because he identified himself as a police officer and took action as a police officer during this incident, we are considering it an officer-involved shooting. The suspect in this investigation has been identified as Jeremiah Bouchard. He was 45 years old, 5 foot 9 inches tall, and weighed 202 pounds. The following are Bouchard's charges should he have survived: 1 count attempted murder, and 1 count battery on a protected person. The details of this officer-involved shootings are as follows. On January 24th, 2025, at approximately 9:16 a.m., Boulder City Police received a call with an open line from the 800 block of 6th Street in Boulder City, Nevada. Dispatchers could only hear what appeared to be fighting in the background. A female could be heard saying her husband was in the front of their residence armed with a firearm, and shortly after, shots were fired. Boulder City police officers arrived on scene and rendered aid to the male, later identified as Jeremiah Bouchard, who was in the front yard of a residence. They requested medical personnel, and he was later pronounced deceased. Boulder City Police learned LVMPD Officer Ibarra had heard commotion coming from the neighbor's backyard. After being alerted by the commotion, Officer Ibarra witnessed Bouchard physically assault a clothesline in the victim's backyard as though he was physically trying to pull it out of the ground. He then observed Bouchard body slam the victim onto the ground, get on top of her, and began to strike her on her face. Officer Ibarra was able to separate himself from Bouchard and drew his own firearm. He identified himself as a police officer and provided several verbal commands to get on the ground and back away. Despite those commands, Bouchard moved forward toward the victim, causing Officer Ibarra and his wife to discharge their weapons, striking Bouchard.
More news now. It was the first day of confirmation hearings for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as he hopes to be installed as Health and Human Services Secretary in the new President Trump administration. Nevada Senator Catherine Cortez Masto was there representing the Silver State.
So we've already negotiated lowering prices for 10 drugs with Big Pharma. And Big Pharma, by the way, opposes this. They have not only are asking for a pause, they have filed lawsuits, but we've already negotiated the first 10 drugs. And we want to expand it to the next 10 to 15 that the Biden administration has put forward. Would you agree and continue that path of really mandating that Big Pharma come to the table and negotiate drug prices for Medicare so we can lower those prices for Americans?
My understanding is that the executive order that was issued today, which I haven't seen, but I've read a summary.
Well, let me ask you this then, because you keep citing the Trump administration and you're just going to follow what they say. Is that what you're doing? You're just a rubber stamp for them in this position? So anybody, so it doesn't matter that you're before us. It could be anybody coming before us as long as they're a rubber stamp for this administration and disregarding your beliefs and what you think. I guess my question to you is, if it really is fundamental to what you believe, how do you live with that? How do you address those issues as you're moving forward, knowing that it's going to harm Americans? Yeah.
You want me to answer the question?
No, I'm asking you.
Okay. President Trump has asked me to end the chronic disease epidemic and make America healthy again. And I'm
So
in a
is that the
unique
only reason
position.
why you're at HHS? Is that the only reason why then you're at the HHS, to address that one issue?
President Trump has asked me because I'm in a unique position to end that. And that is what I'm doing. And if we don't solve that problem, Senator, all of the other disputes we have about who's paying, and whether it's insurance companies, whether it's providers, whether it's HMOs, whether it's patients or families, all of those are moving deck chairs around on the Titanic. Our ship is sinking. Our 60% increase in Medicaid over the past 4 years is the biggest budget line now, and it's growing faster than any other. And no other nation in the world has what we have here. No other nation has a chronic disease. We have the highest chronic disease burden of any country in the world. We had, during COVID, we had 16% of the COVID deaths in a country. We only have 4.2% of the world's population. We had a higher death count than any country in the world. And when CDC was asked why, they said it's because Americans are the sickest people on earth. The average person who died from COVID, American, had 3.8 chronic diseases. This is an existential threat economically, to our military, to our health, to our sense of well-being. And it is a priority for President Trump. And that's why he asked me to run the agency. And if I'm privileged to be confirmed, that's exactly what I'll do.
Much more news coming up, including many local stories. You're watching News 25.
Got bills? Need some pay? Then come be a cowboy trucker at Ponderosa Dairies in Amargosa Valley. They're currently seeking experienced CDL drivers to haul hay, grain, and milk while earning up to $2,000 a week. This isn't a job, it's a career. Whether you hit the open road or drive around Nevada's biggest dairy, they offer a great wage, benefits, and 401k retirement package. If you have what it takes to be a good hand, isn't it time you ride for the brand? The beautiful Ponderosa Dairies are currently hiring qualified CDL drivers who have doubles and tankers endorsements, as well as the ability to drive a standard transmission. If this is you, call Ed now, 702-682-3339. Once again, 702-682-3339. Send an email with your information to ap@ponderosadairy.com. Join the family at Ponderosa Dairy.
America is great and Pahrump is awesome. We have room for our furry friends, and when it's time to care for them, we have the best feed store, Shadow Mountain Feed. Who did Siegfried and Roy call on when their dolphin quit eating? Shadow Mountain Feed. They developed a nutrition solution right in their store. From elephants to dogs and everything in between, they have what you need to feed, grow, and show your animals. They have everything except bread. Don't go there for bread. Shadow Mountain Feed, your one-stop care center for your best friends. At 2371 West Bella Vista, call 775-727-5527.
Ace Country.
Rise and shine.
Tune in Sunday mornings at 8 for the Classic Country Breakfast with me, Mikey. I'll be playing a whole hour of all the classics, from Willie
on the road again
to Johnny.
I fell into a burning ring of fire
To Patsy.
crazy.
To Dolly.
Jolene, Jolene.
All the classic country music to start your Sunday morning. You bring the hash browns, and I'll bring the Hank.
Have you thought of hanging your TV on the wall? Mr. Antenna has 10 years of experience hanging TVs from small to large TVs. Clean up the spaghetti wiring, create more space, and make your TV safer for the little ones. There are 2 mounting options, flat and articulating arm wall mounts. The favorite is the articulating arm for various viewing areas. Hiding your wires is also popular. Call today for your free quote or visit us at MrAntenna.com.
Wounded Warrior Project empowers post 9/11 veterans to live more fulfilling lives with proven innovative services and programs.
And now I know anything is possible.
Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/together.
The Mary Tyler Moore Vision Initiative is dedicated to advancing medical research to preserve and restore the vision of people living with diabetes. To learn more, please go to marytylermore.org, because the sight you save may be that of someone you love.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
And welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Our U.S. Armed Forces have been diligently safeguarding Southern California in response to the wildfires that have ravaged the region. Our News 25 Las Vegas correspondent Maria Centers now joins us from the city with more details.
The U.S. military has been in full force combating the California flames that have devastated the Golden State in recent weeks by working hand in hand with local law enforcement officials, further safeguarding the community at large. Let's take an inside look at wildfire response relief efforts regarding the Eaton and Palisades blazes that have desecrated Los Angeles County.
We currently have 2 missions, traffic control points, and we also have roving patrols. And both of those are in order to prevent looters and also to control population from coming back into areas that haven't been vetted by the Sheriff's Department or LAPD.
Military resources facilitated include C-130 Modular Airborne Firefighting System, CH-47 Chinook helicopters, and UH-60 Blackhawk helicopters.
Because of the damage that they have in these areas, it's just not safe for the public to come in right now. We couldn't have asked for better partners. They are professionals, we are professionals, and they're very happy to have us here because we can enable them to do their job better.
More than 1,000 soldiers are posted at over 100 traffic points across Los Angeles.
We trust them. We absolutely trust them to go out to these traffic control points, interact with the population, be empathetic, and let them know, hey, we understand, we feel for you, but at the same time, we want you to be safe. Again, these are soldiers from your community, and they're personally invested in making sure the communities are safe.
The cause of much of the Eaton and Palisades flames still remain under investigation, while SoCal windy weather conditions further exacerbated the disaster, with wind gusts reaching 80 to 100 miles per hour. On behalf of everyone here at KPVM Television, thank you so much for your selfless service. Proudly reporting from Old Las Vegas and getting it over that hump to all my people in the sunny and beautiful desert oasis of Pahrump, I'm Maria Centers for News 25 Las Vegas.
Thank you so much, Maria. And we have more information now on a missing person from Las Vegas. News 25 reporter Anthony Roberts has the story.
Las Vegas authorities and family members are urgently seeking information on the whereabouts of Lauren Suzanne, also known by her nickname Lo. Lauren was last seen on January 17th after telling her grandmother she would return the following day but never did. Lo is described as a 5'4", 100-pound woman with brown hair and brown eyes. She was last spotted on Lake Mead Boulevard between Sloan Lane and Mount Hood in the company of her son's father, Eric Hammock. Her sudden disappearance has raised concern among family and friends who are pleading for the public's help in locating her. If you have any information regarding Lo's whereabouts, you are urged to contact the Las Vegas Metro Police Department's Missing Person Unit at 702-828-2907, or to remain anonymous, you can call Crime Stoppers at 702-385-5555.
More news now. There's a concern the bird flu is spreading. It's been detected in Churchill County here in Nevada, and that's the first case in the north and the second in the whole state. Here's News 25's Kaylee Bentler with more.
Bird flu has been discovered in dairy cattle in Churchill County, becoming the second case in Nevada. The farm has since been quarantined until testing guarantees the herds are virus-free. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention maintain that the risk to humans remains low and affirms that pasteurized milk will not transmit the virus to humans. For eggs, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration states the likelihood that eggs from infected poultry are found in the retail market is low, and proper storage and preparation further reduce the risk. When the virus is found on poultry farms, the entire flock is slaughtered to limit the virus's spread, which results in shortages and soaring egg prices. From the CDC, cows can get bird flu primarily through contact with infected wild birds or contaminated environments. It can also spread through milking procedures or through the movement of infected animals. In total, 67 people have contracted bird flu, and 1 person has died in the U.S. from the virus since last March. A majority of those individuals worked around sick animals. The Nevada Department of Agriculture website advises that livestock workers should monitor for symptoms, which may be mild, including fever, eye redness or irritation, or respiratory symptoms. Individuals showing signs of illness should seek medical attention. Livestock workers or farms in need of personal protective equipment can access assistance and resources through the Central Nevada Health District by calling 775-866-7535.
Thank you, Kaylee, for that information. Coming up, we got a lot more weather, and of course, Mikey has your look at sports. You're watching News 25.
If this is your wreck, you need a check. If this is your wreck, you definitely need a check.
Hurt in a wreck? You need a check?
We're Lerner and Rowe. Make one call, that's all.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
Thank you, Pahrump, for making the Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza #1 in vehicle sales and service once again. We'd like to return the favor. So right now, current Chevy owners can get up to $3,000 in additional savings on some of our most popular SUVs. What's that, you say? You don't own a Chevy? Well, trade in any 2011 or newer vehicle and receive an extra $2,500 off of some of our hottest selling new half-ton trucks from Chevrolet and GMC. Plus, we have low financing options, deep discounts, and other incentives, all to go the extra mile in saying thank you. We love you, Pahrump.
Horizon Markets are a one-stop shop for convenience. Are you wanting to enjoy a hot cup of coffee and a pastry? Needing some fuel? Or want a simple refreshment or snack? Come visit one of our 6 Horizon Market locations near you. We also have the loosest slots around town with over $1 million in payouts. You will get Pahrump's hometown value, where convenience and low prices meet. So no matter who you are, you'll find your Horizon in Pahrump.
I was in a wreck. I need a check. Get Lerner and Rowe.
Get your check. Get Lerner and Rowe.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Get Lerner and Rowe.
Get smart. Get Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
And welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Mikey has your look at sports. The Vegas Golden Knights came so close to win against their rivals, the Dallas Stars, and you'll be amazed at the cost of tickets for this year's Super Bowl.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV. And now on Roku devices, Vegas Golden Knights welcoming the Dallas Stars on Tuesday. Barbashev with the backhand pass to Eichel, 1-0. Still in the first period. Nicholas Hague with some fancy skating right there. Makes it 2-1. Bring it in. Second period, Golden Knights with a two-man advantage. Eichel to Dorofeev makes it 3-1 Vegas. Vegas on another power play. But here comes Wyatt Johnston with a shorty. Let's head over to the third period. Wyatt Johnston with his second of the night ties it up 3-3. Buckle up, we're heading to overtime. Wyatt Johnston with the hat trick and the OT winner. Dallas wins 4-3. Vegas picks up a much-needed point. The Golden Knights welcome the Columbus Blue Jackets on Thursday. Well, how much are Super Bowl tickets? As of Tuesday afternoon, ticket prices at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans ranged from as low as $5,499 plus fees for nosebleeds, up to $20,000 for a seat 3 rows back from the field. The average price of a single Super Bowl ticket this time 1 year ago was $11,000. The Vegas Thrill return home to take on Indy Ignite
on Friday.
Pahrump Valley Trojan boys basketball are at Slam Academy this evening. JV is in progress. Varsity at 6:30. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you, Mikey. Such talent. Josh from Great Computer Deals is here to talk about backing up your Android smartphone. Good advice from this expert.
Hey guys, Josh Osborne here with Pahrump Zone Great Computer Deals. It's time for another quick tutorial. If you've been following it along, we've been discussing backups and how important it is this day and age to make sure all that important data on our phones, our tablets, our laptops, our desktops gets backed up in the event of an emergency. We see it in this repair center all the time. I hate having to give out bad news when that data is lost forever. There is something you could do about it, but you have to act now. We're going to discuss right now how to back up your Android smartphone. If you have an iPhone, watch our previous video, we discussed that. But today we're talking about Android smartphones. And if you have your phone on you, feel free to get it out right now and follow along. Number one, before you do an Android backup, you got to make sure that your device is connected to Wi-Fi. You cannot do backups over your data plan with your cell carrier. You have to be on your home or business Wi-Fi, so make sure that's connected. Next thing to do is you want to click on your settings. It's an easy one to tell. It's that little cogwheel icon. And under settings, you want to click on the word Google, and you want to scroll down to where you see the word that says backup. Now, if you have a hard time following these steps, or you're watching this video and you don't have the phone on you, you can always type in the search box backup and catch up right to where we are right now. But under backup, you're going to see something that says backup and restore, or the word backup. And when you're there, you're going to see another option that says backup to Google One. Google One is basically the service that Google/Android offer to those phone users to back up all that information. You can just click on the button that says backup now, and the process just starts immediately. Keep in mind, Google will give you 15 gigs, count them, 15 gigs of free storage. That's going to last you for quite some time. You're going to get notifications that your backups are no longer taking place because you've run out of disk space. Don't sit on those warnings for months and months at a time and forget about them. Act right away and purchase more storage space through Google. But we have more videos coming. We've covered Apple iPhone, we've covered Android. We're going to discuss how to do this on a Windows PC next. So make sure you stay tuned for the next quick tutorial.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
That's the Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam. Snow-capped Mount Charleston right there outside of our studios here in Pahrump. Now, I've got to ask you a question. Are you ready for 80 degrees? Well, I exaggerate only slightly. A warm-up is coming. Kaylee tells you all about it.
It's a new year, and it's time to start something new with Saïda Trudeau. Starting now and all month long, we are celebrating the new year with incredible savings on every new vehicle in stock. I'm talking about every leftover 2024 Ram 1500, 2500, and 1-ton. Every new 2024 and 2025 Jeep Compass and Grand Cherokee. You can save big on all new 2025 Jeep Wrangler 4xEs. We have Nye County's largest inventory, but if you don't see what you're looking for, let us do the legwork for you and find the right one for you. Our professional locators have years of experience locating the vehicle of your dreams. At Saïda Trudeau, we don't use the bait and switch tactics. We treat you like a friend and a neighbor. Come see the difference for yourself with the Start Something New sales event going on now at Saïda Trudeau, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, your original hometown dealer.
Hi, I'm attorney Jonathan Nelson of J.K. Nelson Law. If you're hearing this, it means you're probably not dead, which is great. Call our office today to schedule an appointment for your will or your trust so that your family can be taken care of when you pass away. On the other hand, if you've recently lost a loved one, now it's time to talk and go over how to administer their estate. In either case, give us a call today, 775-727-9900. Let us show you why we've been recognized by Best of Las Vegas and voted Best Attorney in Pahrump for the last 4 years. Call today, 775-727-9900.
Change can be scary, as if your life's been turned upside down. But it comes with growth and a sense of freedom, much like the openness of the American road. We always arrive where we are meant to be, riding on the shoulders of those before us and preserving the core values that led us on our journey. Join Touchstone Energy Cooperatives in celebrating the power of human connections.
Good evening, Nevada. I'm Kaylee Bentler in the News 25 Weather Studios. Let's check out our regional weather. Up in Fernley, we saw 49, 47 in Fallon, 48 Carson City, 43 Tonopah, 45 Goldfield, 59 Beatty, 62 Amargosa, 59 Las Vegas, and 69 in Death Valley. But over in our paradise of Pahrump, we're seeing clear skies at 53 degrees. We hit a high of 58 earlier. Winds in the south-southwest, 5 miles per hour, humidity 19%, and the sun rose at 6:46. But we caught a nice, beautiful sunset at 5:07 p.m. Expect humidity at 32%, winds east 4 miles per hour with a low of 31, and the skies are still clear. Let's check out the rest of our week. Tomorrow on Thursday, sunshine and 61 degrees. And for our weekend, we see some heavy clouds roll in, 65 on Saturday. Then we bump up to 72 degrees for Sunday, and then check out that Monday, 75, and we dip back down to 66, that's still very nice, on Wednesday with some scattered clouds. And that is your look at the weather. Back to the desk, here's Chris.
Okay, thank you very much, Kaylee. Well, I did exaggerate a little bit on Monday. We were seeing 75 degrees. So if you can usually add about 10 degrees when the sun comes out, we're looking at probably more than 80 degrees on Monday. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight at News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Make it a great night.
watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Voted